Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello guys, this is podcast 115. I'm really happy for this podcast today. So, I'm not going to call it support to the channel, I'm going to call it mutual beneficial way, of actually you win, I win. I make money, you take knowledge. As of now in the channel, mostly we had me sharing information and stuff. I wasn't trying to, until I realized that whatever I'm saying is not bullshit and stuff, because I had the validation for my friends and clients, but I had to put all of the things that I know outside in the world to have the proof. And we're going to do together one small analysis of how we ended up here and the new course. But before that, the ways that you can get benefited and I also get benefited is when you are joining the membership over here from the podcast, that you can see 55 videos. Obviously, this is one of the podcasts that all of it is going to be free because I want to let people know about my course and we're not going to have any questions. So it's going to be a podcast analyzing only what my course includes and how we reached this point here, the whole history behind it. So this is one thing. You can have the different inner circle that I have and the mentorships, the chosen 5, and we have also the management of your ad accounts, and the last thing is a course, okay? And the book, I give it also for free with Audible and stuff. So I was giving all of this information for free, all of these videos and stuff, but I always wanted to create a premium course which is going to be the best Facebook ads course in the world. So there is a very small, you can learn a lot by just paying $19 in my Patreon or in the membership here on YouTube by all the questions that I answer. And I have also the other thing, the mentorships and stuff, but it's also the course. Now, today in this podcast, we're going to talk about the course. By the way, with the with the $20 on the membership, you are actually taking access to all the previous videos. So it's 55 podcast videos, the second halves that they were paid on the Patreon. So you can get access to them and you have 1 month to watch all of them and then cancel if you want, for example, okay? So this doesn't apply for Inner Circle. I'm saying that because some people want to join Inner Circle and see all the previous recordings. On Inner Circle, we just keep the recording of the previous week. We don't keep all of the recordings because people share really sensitive information inside there and it's packed of people who are really successful with very big spends. So we don't want to keep this kind of information for a long period of time. We just keep it for 1 week in case someone has lost it and he wants to see the recording. So let's go to the course. 12 years ago, I don't remember how many years ago, I started advertising on Facebook ads, but I was doing ads for myself. Small budgets, hurting when I'm losing and all of that, testing and learning. I had my own commerce stores at that point and I thought that this is the thing that I would like to do. Because I was doing it in parallel with my 9-to-5 job that I was trying to get away. The reason that I was trying to do that is because my previous boss in that job told me one day when I asked for a $100 raise that I don't deserve more. So I went home crying. You have seen this to the book if you have read the book. And I said, what are you doing for that? Then I did the most smart thing that everybody is doing in the world. How can I make money online? And one of the first things popping out, it was drop shipping and stuff at that point. I started doing print on demand because it was closer to the way that I liked e-commerce with the designs and all of that, instead of me trying to find a winner product and all of that. so I started doing that, and at the same time, there were several people of mine, because I was good with my Facebook ads, that they would come in and say, do also my ads, for example, okay, or people that I was meeting at that point. So I started realizing that from all the parts, like doing customer support, handling people that they will have to do, fulfillment, all of that. The only thing that I enjoyed during the day was Facebook ads. This is what I like to do. So I said to myself, how can I pivot from doing this, and by the way, to 100% profit, which is selling a service, because it's the only enjoyable thing of the day. I don't like to do customer support. Of course, it was the first thing that I delegated to employees and staff. And then the only thing that I wasn't thinking of delegating was Facebook ads. I was really good at it because I was understanding how it was working. I was finding different strategies. And the whole thing became a little bit of a problem because I wanted to spend more hours on the Facebook ad side instead of the other part of the business, which is something that cannot happen. So I joined Upwork and I started trying to find more people except from my friends to run other ad accounts, not just because I wanted to make money at that point from freelancing, but I wanted to be very good with Facebook ads for my own ad account, and so that I can be very good with my own store. So this is how everything has started, and I started spending, this is 12 years ago, and I started doing this and this and this. Slowly, I started getting more ad accounts and stuff, and people trusting me with their ad accounts, and I started working, learning, finding more things. Of course, we talk about periods that, to be honest with you, I believe that based on what I see right now, that if a guy that has done a brain surgery was going out of the surgery room and he was going to do an ad, it was going to have 5 ROAS. Crazy good CPMs, different periods. The algorithm, we were doing laser focus targeting at that point, focusing more, not so much broad. I was doing broad with crazy method only at that point to bigger ad accounts 10 years ago, where nobody was talking about broad targeting. But with crazy method, I was able to do it because of the different hot pockets and all of that. So I started developing method, but I was feeling like, you know, I'm alone, you know, that I cannot validate what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, my conspiracy theories about automatic placements and all of this kind of stuff. At this point, I'm meeting Jonathan, which is a very good friend of mine here in Thessaloniki, because in Greece, apparently, it's very difficult to find someone who's going to do the same job as you. So what happened is that I started over there talking with a person that was seeing the same thing as me. That, for example, yesterday, all my ad accounts sucked. And then 2 days later, without me doing nothing, all the other accounts did well. So I wasn't crazy because I felt at some point that they were going to find me in a mountain with my Minerva underwear, painting the walls and saying crazy method works, I told you so and stuff, and I was going to be crazy. So I started talking with him, and then we started getting more clients and more clients. So it was a very good friendship, first of all, with common interest to Facebook ads and love for Facebook ads. And at this point, I was a little bit higher on the level of me understanding Facebook ads. So I was also, but we were always doing a lot of progress together, learning things and stuff. Why am I saying all of this? Because this is the start of the YouTube channel. How I met him because I wanted to write a book about Facebook ads. At that point, I never thought about going to YouTube and stuff and exposing myself. But I wrote the book and I thought to myself, yeah, but how can we validate all of these things? Because we are friends, we're talking. How can we validate that we're not crazy, for example? Let's put it to the ultimate test. Let me make a YouTube channel which I'm going to put everything there out for free, completely free, so that people can come and say, you're an idiot, it doesn't work like this, blah, blah, blah. And another thing is that I wrote my book, how, when I bought all the books from Amazon that they were talking about Facebook ads, and nobody was talking about the things that I was talking. Then I wrote my book and I wrote about this, and then I have seen the impact that it had and people coming talking to me about things that they also see. And then I said, okay, nobody is talking about this also on YouTube. Nobody is showing live ad accounts on YouTube. I never understood that. I understand it now, and I will tell you why. The reason is that when you do YouTube and all of this content, it's extremely difficult to manage also 30 ad accounts as I do. Why am I doing it? Because I love it. If you do it professionally only as a work, then what you do is that you do only content and you just follow whatever Meta says, and you're just like a journalist, okay? I'm like a plumber, you know, I go and I fix the faucet, and I'm telling you that this is how you're going to fix the faucet because I fixed one hour ago. But if you go and you just see the manual of the faucet, okay, then someone could tell you, oh, on page 30, it says that you will fix it like this. And the plumber is going to say, no, you will fix it like this. 1 hour ago, I fixed one and it had this problem. So this is how it went. And I was feeling like, how can we learn more? Can we learn more? What else can we see? Why this is happening? All of this kind of stuff. So I started having the need of learning more, but I couldn't find nobody except from Jonathan, which had also some extra ideas, something that he was seeing. So I wanted more. I started searching YouTube, trying to find mentors and stuff. Never ever found more information from the one that we had. So I said, if we're the pioneers on that, and if we are having so much information that nobody else is sharing, let me start sharing it, okay, on YouTube. So I started doing videos, very good impact immediately, with people saying that I have done this, it's working, the crazy method and all of that, the way that I was explaining things. So when I started the YouTube channel, I said that if it goes well in 3 years, I did it in 4 years, you're going to make the ultimate course. And why? Because now I feel ready to do it. I feel like I'm having 5 to 10 million spent per month, many accounts, many friends, many students, many freelancer friends, and a whole ecosystem from the inner circle to the chosen 5 and all of that, with people that I have learned also, they have learned from me, and now I'm ready to put the best Facebook ads course in the world live, okay? So I have created a course. It took me 3 months of video shooting and another 6 months of video editing, okay? Because we're doing it in parallel. So it's big, it's more than 40-50 hours. I'm going to update it even more with more Loom videos and stuff, but the whole core is ready and it has launched already. This is why you're watching this video. What we're going to do today is that we're going to go step by step in each one of the different chapters, explain to you what it is, what it has inside, but I wanted you to know the story behind it. I didn't just create a course just because. I created a course because I feel ready to do the best Facebook ads course out there, which is based on several ad accounts that I'm having videos from these ad accounts showing what is working and what doesn't work live. Secondly, Loom videos of me optimizing daily and the difficult parts, which is optimizing cost caps and bid caps. The third part, having videos from the inner circle and chosen 5, which are one-on-one private. Of course, I asked the individuals if they will let me do it because they're really expensive programs. The chosen 5 is 10K per month for daily calls. And a lot of theory, which summarizes everything that I want to say. Lifetime access for whoever is going to take it. The people who already bought the previous one took already free access to it, and they're going to be able to see the full course. The course is huge, it's more than 45 hours and it's going to keep growing. You will have lifetime access and you're going to be able to see it. And because I really believe in it, I put a free chapter inside with some of the videos so that you can take an idea of what kind of information it has inside in case you are wondering if you're going to buy it or not. Thank you very much for all of the support all of these months, because you know it's really difficult for you to prepare something for 6 months, trying, and for example having zero indication if it's going to sell or not. You are so many that you are asking if when it's coming, that you want to buy it and stuff. And thank you very much for that, because this was a little bit of a boost for me to keep working and actually make it live. I would like to apologize to my team for pushing them so hard to actually publish it, but it had to happen, and I think that now we can all relax and maybe work 4 days per week and stuff. But until now, it was a really stressful period of 6 months for all of us to get this going, but I really believe that it really worth it. So we have discussed about the story behind it. We have discussed about how and why I'm feeling ready right now with all of the students of 2005, with the inner circle, with my friends, with my network, with print screens from insiders and stuff that I know now, and we're going to expand a little bit to that, to strategies, spending 5 to 10 million consistently every month, and managing so many accounts. I feel that right now it's the best possible time for me to do it. The one extra year is because of the baby. We are changing house and all of that, and even in this difficult period I managed to do it, but this doesn't concern you, because as always it's all about the result. Now let's go step by step and let's analyze what we have inside the course. First of all, I really believe in the course, and the price is going to be 1,500. As I said, the people who bought the previous course on 500, they have instant access right now. I believe that the price is low still for what I'm giving, because it's going to keep getting updated, and it's going to go to more than 60 hours eventually by the end of the year, I guess, or 50 hours, whatever. But I'm going to keep this course updated forever, because I want to have a course that I'm going to be really proud of it. For example, the UI changes that we had recently, I'm going to update the videos that are going to be affected by it. And the course is always going to be updated because of that, so that people can go back and see things. And at each given time, even if they forget of what they have to do, they can go back and they watch chapters or new chapters that are coming, so that they can keep staying updated. For example, the value rules that are coming, when I'm going to finalize a strategy, I'm going to post it on the course. There is a free part inside, which I included because I always believe that whoever is not fortunate enough to have 1,500, he shouldn't leave without taking anything. And also, I do believe that for those that are hesitant of taking it, the best thing that I could do is to give you a taste of it, to understand, because I really believe in the content that I have created. So, the first video that we're going to have on the free part is going to be the 1.7, know your numbers on don't advertise at all. Basically, it's going to be a chapter that inside it has ways for you to calculate numbers like break-even rows, profit margins and stuff, understand it. But also it's going to have Loom videos from me going to live ad accounts that they are not profitable or they have problems with AOV and stuff, and show you how you can actually find this kind of bad numbers, and if it's a problem of your strategy or if it's a problem of the numbers that you have as a business, and the ways that you can overcome it, and all of that. The second part is, how does Facebook optimization work? For me, one of the keys, okay? It's a chapter of theory with a whiteboard where I'm showing you how Meta is actually finding one person, then another person, which is similar to that, and then this process continues, and the whole theory of that, which is really important because it's the base of many other things. If you don't understand that, you don't understand how Facebook is actually working. How to start with a new pixel. I believed that it would be ideal because the people who cannot buy it, most probably most likely there are people that they don't have money because they are beginners. So I said, okay, let's toss inside one chapter which is all about new pixels and how we treat them, what kind of things do we do, so that people can take value out of that. The next one goes without saying, is the crazy method. If you're in this channel and you know me, you know the crazy method is one of my most successful methods, why it's working, how it's working, if it's a scaling method, all of that. I think it's going to be a really big value for you. The next one is going to be one chapter from the scaling module, which is the review cluster analysis, which is based on the daily loop theory that we have seen on the channel, and how you can overcome it with the help of AI, creating different angles so that you can have multiple campaigns with different angles. And then I liked to include inside, even if I think that it's a little bit of really advanced content, one Loom video from day-to-day optimization on ASA CBO campaigns, and one Loom video from cost caps, bid caps, which is also another reason that many people are going to buy this course, because nobody is teaching cost caps and bid caps with live ad accounts examples and case studies of how they work. So this is going to be the free part. I think that I have done my part here and gave a lot of value for free from a really premium course, which took me years to master all of these kind of things and everything, and put them in a course. So nobody is going to feel like they have been neglected. Even the people that they don't have the money, they can go to always YouTube, which was my part always. My idea always was that I want you to be able to have a lot of information from YouTube and take the another 20% from paid things like the pattern and stuff, if you want to go deeper and deeper, or the previous course and stuff. Oh, what's going to happen with the previous course? The previous course is going to stay there, but we're not going to use it. It's a little bit outdated. There is value to it. I think since I have done the whole course from the beginning, that I didn't want to give to the new people access to the old course. There is no reason, because everything is on the new course, so there is no reason for them to see the old one. I might give the old one with people joining the inner circle, for example, maybe as an extra thing for them and as resources, but I don't think that since we have the new course that we have to talk about the old one. Now, let's start with the chapters one by one and what we are going to see here. So we go with the whole course introduction is going to be a video explaining what we're going to see. We have the lead gen e-commerce video guidance. So we have a video which is going to explain to you which videos are mostly for lead gen and which videos are mostly for e-com inside, and which are common things that they go with both. Number one, building strong foundation. This is everything with the Greek background, the green background light. It has an introduction, then Facebook Pixel and API. This is just a starting chapter. I don't want to overwhelm you from the beginning, so we start with some general common things that you need to know. Facebook Pixel and API. The next chapter is how Pixel knows who to target, find the ideal avatar client, how it's doing it, how the algorithm is working. iOS 14.5, it's something that we are going to hear a lot, so you need to know the whole story. What happened? When it happened? What did Apple do? Are you joining the game now? Why are we doing broad and we're not doing laser focus targeting, or more interest targeting and we're focusing more on broad? Why don't we have good reporting? What happened? Okay, because we hear iOS and all of this kind of stuff. If you are not doing Facebook ads for a very long period of time, most likely you don't know about this. And if you joined, for example, 2 months ago and you're doing Facebook ads, so you need to know about this. How can I know if my pixel is trained? A lot of times people ask, how can I know? Is it the stability? Is it the fact that I can do lookalikes? Is it the fact that I can do broad targeting? What is it, and how can I understand it? How many events do I need for my pixel to be trained? Ad accounts are also getting trained. This is something that some people are neglecting. They don't understand that it's not only about the pixel, it's also about the ad account. The ad account is your quality traffic, okay? So they're getting trained also. Trained. They're not getting trained. The more they spend, the better results you have, because they give you better quality. And we're explaining how this is happening. Know your numbers or don't advertise at all is the one that we have also on the free part. And as I say, is you calculating break-even ROAS, all of this kind of stuff, seeing AOV, if something is hitting you or not. For example, if you go in another account and you see that you have $20 cost per purchase and you have 1 ROAS and you want 2 ROAS, that means that you're already in a very low cost per purchase. That means that in order for you to get 2 ROAS, you need $10 cost per purchase. And if you have an AOV, for example, which is 20, if you make it 40, immediately it's going to go to 2 ROAS, which means that you can fix it like that instead of you trying to find a magic interest that's going to give you $10 cost per purchase. And I'm showing you this with live ad accounts. Examples like that the AOV, for example, is the problem, the CPM is the problem, or the creatives is the problem, and how you can locate that by analyzing the numbers into your columns. Next one, big chapter is befriending the algorithm. Whatever you're going to see with a red background, red colors on the background, it has the introduction, of course. How does Facebook optimization works? As I said earlier, one of the most important things. These are, in this chapter, we have a lot of whiteboard of me writing things on the whiteboard, explaining, and we have some visual examples on the whiteboard on why we start our ads at 6 a.m. and stuff. We're going to explain a little bit. In this one, I'm showing you the process of how the algorithm is working, of finding one person, then another, where the pixel is being involved, where the ad account is being involved, how all of this is working, how does it form the ideal avatar client, when the optimization is starting, before the optimization, what we have, and all of that and how it's working, which is the most important thing. If you understand that, then you understand all of the other things. The whole course is designed in order to take you from the basic stuff to the really advanced stuff at the end, along with a recap, which is going to be us doing things inside the Ads Manager instead of just theory. So number 3, why optimize for purchase or lead instead of earlier events in the funnel? A lot of times people, they fall to the trap of advertising and optimizing for add to cart. We're explaining why you should always optimize for purchase or lead events, and the theory, we debunk the theory that says that if you optimize, for example, for add to carts, you might get more add to carts, so with the same conversion rate, you are going to be able to have more sales. It doesn't work like this, sadly, because it's less quality traffic, but we analyze this in the chapter. Why traffic ads are bad and you should not use them. A lot of meta reps are proposing traffic ads and their retargeting. It's also an old strategy. We're debunking, and I'm showing you a live ad account that telling you that it doesn't work. And then we go to why my campaigns got better results in the first 28, 48 hours. We talk about how meta is boosting you initially. A lot of times, if you're seeing this video, you have seen it also that in the first days you're having better results, then your campaign is dropping. How can you combat this? What is happening? Why is happening? Why a duplicate can save your time and money. A lot of times we tend to have a campaign which is working, it's dying, and we're just going and we try to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes duplicating it, running it all over again, it can work, or reactivating an old campaign, it can actually work. Recap of optimization process. Again, we recap all the things that we have seen there because I felt maybe that it's important to do it there. Third-party apps, reporting, statistical modeling. A lot of discussion all of these years about high-ROAS, triple whale, if we can optimize based on that. And since we're talking about optimization, if we're using these third-party apps in order to optimize, or if we optimize with the Ads Manager, how do we do it? Why checkouts are important nowadays, delayed reporting. Delayed reporting after iOS, it's a very important thing, and it's taking, and I'm explaining to you what is delayed reporting, statistical modeling, how it's working, and why you need to look at it. The statistical modeling is something that we explained on the previous chapter, by the way. So we have statistical modeling, delayed reporting, and we have also bad reporting from the iOS changes and stuff. So all of these are things that we need to understand why they're happening, how they are happening, so that we can understand them and actually have the knowledge to optimize better, since we know. For example, if you see a lot of checkouts and you know that in your ad account every 2 checkouts you get a purchase and you see 10 checkouts and 0 sales, and you know here from this course because of the delayed reporting and why it's happening, how many hours, then you can understand that maybe I should not close this ad set because I'm expecting sales based on the average checkout purchase ratio that I have in my ad account. Okay, but if you don't know it, you're going to close maybe an ad set which is not going to have, which is not which you shouldn't have closed because it's going to give you sales later. So this is the next thing. And why checkouts are important, for example, the example that I gave. Why you should start your ads at 6 a.m. Analyzing how the budget is being distributed during the day. I have a visual example showing you the prime hours and when we should start the ads and why it's important to start them at 6 a.m. As I'm saying inside, it's not wrong to start them also at 12 o'clock, but I explain why I prefer to start them at 6 a.m. But technically, it's not wrong to start them at 12 on the reset of the budgets. Budgets are daily, don't spend less from what you should. We're discussing about daily budgets here and that the budget is daily. I don't care if you spend $5,000 in 100 days. I care about how much you spend on a daily level. If you spend 50, 100, 200, this is what I care about. This is what I care about also on the ad set level. If your cost per purchase is 100 and you have 5 ad sets of $5 each, then you have a problem. I don't care if you will spend $500 in 20 days, but I care about how much you spend on a daily level in order for you to know if you are realistic or unrealistic with what you are asking from Facebook. Okay. The Facebook ads placements, we're explaining the placements and which ones you should use, if you use automatic placements or manual, what are the differences and how does it work. Excluding past clients is bad and you should not do it. It's something that I have covered extensively also on videos on YouTube, but I have also here real case studies with real ad accounts showing you why you should not exclude past customers from your ads. Of course, there are also exclusions to the rule depending on your business, and I'm explaining all of that, in which cases you should do it or not. But I also have live case studies and live examples in ad accounts on how ad accounts have been hurted by doing this. Don't mix different styles of creatives. Again, live ad accounts, live case studies of people mixing, for example, catalogs with videos and catalogs taking more budget, why this is happening, what you should do, how you should structure campaigns without mixing different styles of creatives. Be careful of bad engagement. A lot of times there are ads that are taking budget, but they're not having results. This is one of the cases, the bad engagement, and I'm explaining to you how you can spot it and what you can do about it. How can you add creatives to a working ACCBO? Big discussion. A lot of people do that. I don't like to do it mostly because if something is working, I don't like to touch it. It's one of my first golden rules about Facebook ads. But there are some specific cases that you can add creatives in a working ACCBO, and this is what we are analyzing here. But in general, it's not something that I prefer to do. Initial randomness of results and the formation of hot pockets. I start preparing you here for the crazy method, discussing a little bit about hot pockets, how the theory came, the initial randomness of results, thoughts of mine that I had in the beginning, and how it ended up becoming the crazy method, which you all know and you have used. And me and you and many other people made a lot of money because of it. Why consolidation doesn't work and you need to target several hot pockets. Very big topic from Meta. They talk a lot about consolidation, running one campaign. I'm having again live examples and live ad accounts that I'm showing you why you should not do just one campaign. There are always exceptions to the rule, okay? And maybe there's going to be an account which is working with consolidation. In my opinion, and I have proven it with different case studies and example even on YouTube or in the course, that you should not have just one campaign. You're going to have much better results if you have multiple campaigns with different angles and all of that. This is a philosophy that I have. You know it already if you follow me on this channel. Where the hot pockets are being formed. Back in the day, I believe that they have been formed on the ad set level. When I had the crazy method, then the ASC campaigns came, so I changed my theory and I explained the whole process behind it. And it's a little bit of technical and a little bit of geek topic. But if you like Facebook ads, you're going to like this one. How to start with a new pixel. This is something that I include also in the free part, explaining what kind of metrics you should look, how you should treat it. Especially having a new pixel means that you have to be really careful with the money that you spend, because efficient training the pixel in the best possible way. Interpret CPMs, huge discussion. One of the things that we see on a new pixel is the CPMs that we get, and we try to do it in the most cost efficient way. But how can you interpret CPMs? Is it the same to watch the CPMs of a trained pixel and a trained pixel? Is it the same to watch the CPMs on a campaign that started yesterday or a campaign that's running for 50 days? All of this is a huge discussion, very big chapter, really important. CPMs is a crazy thing to understand, but you need to understand it if you need to start analyzing the ad accounts in a deeper level. How to deal with AOV fluctuations. This is another chapter that we're going to talk a lot about the AOV, because a lot of times, as I said in the previous example a little bit earlier, if you go, for example, if you have $20 cost per purchase and your AOV is $20 and you have 1 ROAS, you can easily have 20 ROAS with 40 AOV, which is a fix that you can do on your website instead of you trying to find an ad set or an interest which is going to give you a cost per purchase of 10 in order for you to have 2 ROAS. Okay, so AOV is also very important, especially right now that Facebook ads are becoming more and more expensive. Okay, now after that we go to refining your arsenal, the different tools and the different methods that we are going to use. This is the orange background videos. We have the introduction, we have of course the crazy method. Crazy method is also being included on the free. We have crazy method for lead generation for local businesses or for other businesses, because I wanted to do also a chapter which was going to be only for lead generation but for crazy method, because a lot of lead gen companies are using the crazy method. We don't have in e-commerce we use a lot ASC and all of that. We use more CBO with several ad sets in lead generation, so crazy method is a crazy good fit for lead generation, local businesses, or local business, for example, you cannot run because of the mile radius interests. So maybe with the hot pockets and all of that we discussed earlier in the chapters, in the chapter 2, we can just go and we can do a crazy method with broad targeting in a mile radius, and we can have different hot pockets. Then you have to know how to optimize the CBO and all of that, but you have better chances of doing it like this because you are limited in the targeting that you can do. So I explain all of this stuff here. Stacked lookalikes. This is a crazy method with stacked lookalikes. Is something that I use a lot and it's working a lot. The blender method, it's mostly it's a method that you're using a mix of interest and lookalikes. I use it mostly, and I show examples here on other accounts that I'm really desperate, that they don't have trained pixels and they don't have good results. And this is something that consistently it's giving to me and my friends the best possible results on these bad ad accounts with bad pixels and stuff. So this is something that you can also try if you're having some really bad results and nothing else is working. In some cases, this is the only thing that is working. CBO, advantage budget campaigns. So with a new UI structure, we have either the CBO manual that you're not going to see anymore, I guess, and we have the advantage budget campaign. It's called now. CBO stands for campaign budget optimization. Right now it's called advantage budget. Basically, it's when we have a lot of ad sets and the budget is being distributed from the campaign level to the ad sets. Then we have the ASC, advantage shopping sales campaign, which is running basically one ad set with many ads, 5 to 10, and optimizing with a dominant ad on the ad level. And this is what we explain here. The rapid fire method, which is another method that I like to use in order for me to try and test really fast if something is working or not. Retargeting structure on ad accounts, how much and when. A lot of times people ask if we need retargeting anymore. Some people say that you should not do at all. Some people say that you should do some. I believe that you should do limited and let most of the retargeting happening on your cold traffic ad. If you can get retargeting sales into your cold traffic ads to help you on the optimization. And I'm explaining all of this kind of stuff and the structure on the different accounts. Working with post IDs, very big discussion. I use them a lot. Catalog ads that we have over here, and flexible ads. If you're wondering about things like where's the collaboration ads, where's all of that, you will see that soon we will go in a chapter that I go into my PC and we create a campaign step by step, analyzing all the theory from the past, but also settings that I didn't think that I should have created 1 minute video, for example, to mention something. Okay. Now, because also the course needed to have a flow that it was going to be pleasant for you to see it, okay? Instead of just being something really boring. What's this, what's this, what's this? So I tried to make it also fun and interesting with the different topics. Next, we go to the other one, which is the blue background things, which is all about scaling. Scaling is the thing that most people discuss about, and this is the last chapter of theory, but it has a lot of accounts inside here. It has a lot of Loom videos, a lot of live videos explaining things. Introduction, how does an ad work, the bell theory. So basically this is the bell theory, which is helping us understand how much can we stretch, how much can we scale an ad, how can we scale an ad, why some ads are scaling more than the others. It's explaining it. Why spending less means better ROAS. A lot of times the discussion goes, if you keep spending more, the ROAS is going to drop. Why we're getting better ROAS when we're spending less? The concept of the learning phase. I need to explain to you what is the learning phase, because this is something that people use. They use the 20% rule, which is the next chapter, and it says that as long as you scale with 20%, you're not going to ruin the learning phase. Do I care about the learning phase? What is the learning phase? How does it work? How some people are scaling more without caring about the learning phase, and sometimes caring about the learning phase. So what's my opinion about the learning phase? What is it? And if I look at it, 20% scaling rule and how people use it, with examples again, the one campaign structure and what they teach all over the internet, that you need to have one campaign, those creatives inside all the time so that the best one is going to win. I debunk it with a live ad account showing you that it doesn't work. The daily loop theory, very important thing, super fresh content coming from 2024, where I have managed to explain why sometimes when you're scaling with the same creatives, you are seeing that you're having worse results. I have visual examples and visual ad accounts that I'm showing you that even if you spend more, Meta is going to divide the sales between two ad accounts. It's really visual, you can see it. I have it also on YouTube with the daily loop theory, but here I expand it more, and I have another video here also with a case study of True Classic, of how they were able to break the daily loop by just doing in a very simple thing like a t-shirt, different angles, so that they're not going to have cannibalization between the campaigns, and Meta actually spent double the amount of money in two campaigns, just splitting the sales without giving them extra sales. And examples, more and more examples about how you can break it, how in other accounts live breaking it, in other accounts having the problem of cannibalization and showing you live all of that. The pain point method using ChatGPT, the way for you to be able to find different angles, and the review cluster analysis, which is another thing using again the AI in order to help us find different angles and different ideas of different videos that we can do, so that we cannot fall under the daily loop theory. I include one of those to the free part also, so you will be able to see it there. Working with average result and why it's important. So if you don't believe in consolidation like me, you end up having multiple campaigns, but then in order for you to keep scaling, you need to watch everything as an average results in an ad account, because if you don't, then you have a very huge problem of you touching a lot here and there things and messing things around. So I'm teaching you and I'm showing you with live ad accounts how you should treat your whole ad account and the structure that you should have and the average results that you should see there. Good and bad periods, attack periods, promotion and offers, how you can overcome good periods, bad periods, how is it possible for you to locate if it's a good period or a bad period. What are the attack periods? Attack period is Black Friday, for example, okay? And that means that we can scale more from the normal and try to establish a new threshold for our ad account if Meta doesn't help us spend or scale more. Scaling with multiple countries. How do we do ads for multiple countries and what do we do? Testing while scaling, the one variable rule. How can you test creatives? A lot of times people say that you should do an ABO with $5. I don't believe in that. I believe that when you have a structure which is working, let's say for example that for me ASC campaigns are working with 10 ads. What am I going to do is that I'm going to keep the same structure. I'm going to change the creatives. If it has worked in the past and the creatives are good, it's going to work again. The one variable rule, testing one thing at a time, instead of you having just a process of doing ABO with $5 and all of that, which I don't believe on. And I explain why over here. Understand when your numbers are failing and not letting you scale. Again, examples with other accounts that we're going to see why they are not going to be able to scale. Bigger spends, not having problems like the CPM and thing with new pixels and stuff. It's different examples here. How to understand if your creatives help you scale or not. Analyzing if you're having good creatives or not, if you can spot if you have good creatives or not, and if this is the problem that it doesn't help you scale. If it's too easy, it means you haven't scaled enough. In this chapter, I wanted to close with a little bit of more positive things, showing you that there are other accounts that they have very big ROAS. So in other words, if you're just doing one campaign and effortlessly you're taking 5 ROAS while you need to have 2 ROAS to be profitable, then that means that you haven't scaled enough and you can scale more. So if it doesn't take a lot of effort on your side, that means that you can scale more. And then we have the Usain Bolt effect is sometimes we do have campaigns that they do have some dominant ads in the ASC level. And we think that this is the only ad that's working, but when you move it in its own campaign, it's working also there. I'm showing you a visual example also and a case study of how it works with another brand so that you can scale more. Because if you don't understand that there are some, the Usain Bolt effect is called like this because basically, if you think of it, Usain Bolt for 25 years won all the races and all of that. I don't know if it's 15 or 25, but the thing to that is that if you think of it, if it wasn't him, it was going to be someone else who was going to win. So if you take from a campaign the dominant ad, which is taking all of the budget and has sales, maybe there's another ad there that's going to work, but it's not as good as Usain Bolt, you know? So maybe if you put it on its own campaign, it's going to work. This is the thing, and I'm showing you a live example of how it's working. Enough with theory. We go now to a transition chapter over here, which I want you to relax a little bit before we go to the even deeper. Because if you think that this was deep, it's not. It's just the starting part before we start the optimization, which is the difficult part, cost caps, chosen 5 video, and all of that. Now, I have with the yellow background some things that they're general things that I couldn't include in any of the other chapters, but you need to know them. It has the introduction, getting banned, shadow banned on Facebook. Some of you're going to find this really interesting. It's something that it shouldn't be as public, but a lot of you might know it because you have encountered it. There are insiders from Meta that they are corrupted. They are unbanning ad accounts that they're getting banned. We have the agency ad accounts, how the agency ad accounts actually work. What is the silver tier? What is the platinum tier? What are the shadow bans? Do they exist? Do I have print screens inside over here? I'm not going to admit it here, but maybe inside the course I do have print screens that I'm proving that shadow bans exist. I'm proving that there are specific scripts that the meta reps are having when they are talking to you on what they are allowed to tell you and what they are not allowed to tell you. And all of this is coming from corrupted employees inside Meta that they are sharing this information. There are also corrupted employees that they are unbanning ad accounts when they are getting banned and all of that. And I'm explaining all of that because, for example, I had a payment failure and I was getting bad results out of nowhere. So I felt like I was shadow banned. I couldn't prove it until the previous year that I started getting all of this information from people that they have encountered problems, they have talked with insiders. I have never talked with an insider, by the way, but I have students and friends and staff who have, and they send me print screens of what they send them. So I have gathered a lot of things that they are explaining, the shadow bans and everything. I have seen that when you don't do, you have a payment failure, sometimes you get bad results, but I couldn't prove it. It's just a conspiracy theory, you know? Someone could say you're crazy, Konstantinos, you're a conspiracy theorist. But then you see a print screen that says that due to payment failure, there is a shadow ban, blah, blah, blah. And then you understand that what you have seen as a behavior, it's not that you're crazy, it's just that you didn't have proof about it, okay? The same thing happens with good and bad periods, that I was able with Jonathan to spot that we have good periods, but there were not more people to tell me, yes, there's a good or bad period. And then I did the YouTube channel and the whole community and stuff, and then I realized that I'm not crazy. There are good and bad periods, and we are all seeing across the board if something is good or bad. Why is this important? Because if it's not my fault on the ad account and it's just a bad period, I'm not going to touch it. And guess what is going to happen? The people that are going to touch it, they're going to be the ones that they are liberating budget for us, that we haven't touched it, and so on. Okay? So, information is also very important. This is why I have created the inner circle, and in the inner circle we do talk about this kind of behavior of good and bad periods in order for us to know how to optimize, because we have a lot of accounts there with very big spends accumulated, all of us together. And at the end of this course I do have an inner circle video so that you can take a sneak peek. I will talk about that there. Now, we have this, we have why payment failures is bad, which I explained earlier. Facebook representatives, do we need them and when? Do we trust them on what they say? What kind of people are they? Do I trust A/B testing? Let's talk about simplification of the platform, you know, the things that A/B testing is saying, if we trust or not. Do I use automated rules? Okay, and how? How to copyright claim people who copy you. How you can report people that they copy your ads, the ads library and how to interpret it, incremental and lift studies, which is the new attribution setting that we do have. And let's go to purple, because this was just a transition chapter before we go to the deeper stuff so that you can take a breath. Okay, and then we continue with recap, which is a purple one, the videos that you're going to see with the purple background. We have the introduction, then we have the second, which is a huge video, which I'm showing you all of the settings inside the campaign. For example, we discussed about why we start our ads at 6 a.m. I go to the place on the ad set where you're putting the date over there. We have already done the theory, but now we see where the theory is being applied over there. Placements, we're going to see where are the placements. There are a lot of other things on the ad level of what we're using, what we're not using, post IDs, all of this kind of stuff, partnership ads. For example, partnership ads are amazing. They're working really well. I couldn't do a chapter just to tell you that this is how you turn on and off the button and stuff, but I do explain it there in the campaign, because some things are things that you need to see visually. So I did a whole recap because I didn't want to just have the chapters with the theory. I wanted you to see a whole 1-2 hour video. Maybe only this video was going to be enough for the course, by the way, okay? Because I'm saying other things there, but I told you this is a course that I wanted to be really proud on. I think that I overdid it, by the way. I could have easily done a course of 20 hours instead of 40 and everybody would still be happy, I believe. But I told you I wanted to do something that I would be really proud on. And maintain it also, not just having it. So we have this huge video that it's showing you exactly all the theory that we have done, where it applies into the different places. Audiences and creation of audiences to do your lookalikes, your custom audiences and stuff. Events manager and what you look over there for your pixel and API. Other things like the Facebook page score or ad account settings, setting up your columns and explaining all the metrics, how you can go and set up the columns in the same way that I'm analyzing and I'm showing the AOV, the CPM and all of that. How can you add all of this, even do custom metrics over there for you to be able to spot mistakes in the way that I'm showing you the videos and analyze your ad accounts or even optimize. And then we go to the even more complex stuff, which is Loom videos. It's Loom videos of optimization of CBO and ASC campaigns. How do we optimize CBO with several ad sets? With me on Loom videos on my home late at night, optimizing, showing you different accounts, how we optimize this, why we do this in ASC, what are the dominant ads, how do we treat them, how do we analyze it, how do we optimize it. We have, I don't know how many of those are going to go live, but we have around 8 CBO AC videos with Loom optimization. Most of them are 20 to 30 minutes optimizing several of my ad accounts. Whenever I see something which I really like as optimization, I will always keep uploading it. Then we have a little bit of more cost cap videos. We have an introduction to the cost cap theory and stuff, and we have another 12 videos of Loom videos of optimizing. How do you start, what kind of bids, how do you start increasing, how do you change your bids, trying to find. I have even one series of Loom videos scaling one bid to 2K per day. Just one, no, it went up to 5, I believe. Just one ad set. And with this bid cap spending 300k just in one ad set with a bid, but the ad account is spending 1.5 million per month over there, for example, and stuff. I do have very big ad accounts and examples of optimization for with Loom videos for ASC, CBO, and cost caps and bid caps, because I believe that these are really difficult topics. Of course, it's going to need from your end to go and do this kind of things and learn. You're not going to be ready completely from the course. You need to go and you need to dive deep and do cost caps, bid caps and stuff and get your hands dirty. But it's like me meeting Jonathan. You're not going to do it alone, you know. You're going to keep seeing and you're going to understand more instead of you passing the learning curve alone. And then I thought that it would be really nice to put as an extra bonus. This is something that I did because I believe that you should see the work that is being done there. Chosen 5, 16 sessions with one person that agreed. For me, really important stuff there of us optimizing his ad account, discussing a lot of things and everything. Working day to day with a person. It's not 16 days in a row, it's 16 days of best sessions that we have done. One thing that I need to say here is that we had another 15 sessions from the Black Friday. Sadly, they have been lost and we don't have them. We scaled his ad account from 100k to 600k in just a month on the November, and it would be valuable for you to see it, how we have done it. It had everything inside, cost caps, ASC and everything. Maybe in the next one, because he's still a Chosen 5 student, you're going to see our Loom videos from the next Black Friday, which we're expecting, and we're going to try to scale a lot. So we have also the Chosen 5. On the Chosen 5, it's not like the course. That's why I'm calling this an extra thing. We're not talking about his brand. We're not talking, we're having beep. We're having more censored stuff, because this is just an extra material that I wanted to put, because I believe that there's information for you to learn, but it's not like you're going to hear what kind of niche it is or the store or whatever. All of these are hidden information. And then we go to the sneak peek to the inner circle. The inner circle is a very elite group. That's why I have it so expensive, because I want for high worth individuals to be there. With freelancers and people who spend a lot of money. I'm putting inside one session just so that you can see what kind of job is being done there. And if you're a high spending individual or a freelancer with many accounts, you can join. We always want this kind of people, but it's going to be always expensive, and we're going to keep it like this because we want to have people that they're having much more experience. And I don't want to flood it with people with smaller spends and stuff. I want it always to have this cool vibe from geeks that they like to know about Facebook ads. But for sure also good information for you to learn there. Again, it's super censored with beep and all of that for the sensitive information that people share within the inner circle about their businesses and all of that. And then I guess we have the epilogue, and this is going to be also the epilogue of this podcast over here. I would like to say this: buying or not the course, it doesn't matter. As long as you are feeling happy that you have learned something from the channel, I'm happy. As long as you will take some free value from the course, I'm happy. Do you know why? Because I'm fulfilled. I really believe that I created an amazing course, the best Facebook ads course in the world. If you take it or not, because you cannot or whatever, I believe that I also did my part of sharing a lot of free information. Why? Because I needed validation. I didn't do it because I'm a saint or what. I did it because I needed validation from all of you guys. Thank you very much for all the things that you have given me these 4 years. Your questions, your comments, all the support, telling me that you're expecting the course was very important for me. And all of this has led to me making something that I'm proud of. And I cannot explain how important it is for me, especially for a person that really likes Facebook ads. And I would like to thank you about this. It doesn't matter if you buy the course or not. I'm doing this podcast because I feel like it's the end of a very long journey of me putting something that I'm really proud on outside, and I hope that you're going to love it and you're going to like it, and you are going to consider it also the best Facebook ads course in the world. I hope to see you inside, and of course I will see you on the next videos of this channel and on the next podcasts. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News Podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.